Good afternoon. This is Letitia with Soul's Bread Wisdom, and I am here today with a birth chart reading for the fantastic, the beautiful rapper Meg the Stallion. So we just want to take a look at her chart and see what makes up this woman. So we want to first start with the moon. So the moon is the place within our natal chart that is the subconscious mind. What makes us feel at home? What makes us feel accepted, celebrated, safe, fulfilled? Okay. So for Meg, she has the moon here in the sign of Leo. We have her birth data as February 15th, 1995. There is a rectified birth time of 11 a.m. for her in San Antonio, Texas. So we have the moon sitting here. This is a Placidus chart. I pulled this chart from AstroDienst. And so you can see that the houses are not equal. We don't have, a solid first house in one sign, solid second house in one sign. And this is how the Placidus chart shows up. If we were using the whole house chart system, all of Taurus would be the first house instead of the 12th and the first. And all of the second house would be in Gemini instead of Gemini and Cancer. Okay, so with her moon sign, we can see that this is a person who feels at home on the stage. Leo, her moon is in the sign of Leo. Leo is a sign that loves being celebrated, loves being seen. It is the sign of the performer, the person who feels great receiving the applause and being on the mic, and is at their best, is at their most comfortable when they are being applauded, performing, celebrated, performing for people. So she's at home on the stage, and we can see that with her. With the moon in Leo, also she is a person who loves deeply. Leo rules the sign of the heart. So she is a giver. She loves giving. She loves love. Okay. In this chart, we see that the moon is right at the cusp of the fifth house. Virgo is here opening up the fifth house, but her moon is actually sitting in the fifth house in this Placidus chart. The fifth house is the house of entrepreneurship. The fifth house is the house of the heart. This, similar to the Leo energy, doing what it is that you love, being independent, with your the way of moving and being creative. It's the house of creativity. So she has an amazing gift of being creative, and she is indeed using it for as an entrepreneur for her career. Then when we go up here to the sun, we see that the sun is making an opposition to the moon. So she has the sun in the sign of Aquarius, and she has the moon here in the sign of Leo. The moon often represents the mother, whereas the sun tends to represent the father. So we know that her mother was her greatest supporter for her entrepreneurship, for her gifts, her talent. She has the moon conjunct Mars in the sign of Leo. So Mars is how we make moves, is how we decide to take action. It shows how we are motivated to take action. So her Mars and moon are here together, giving this a combined energy. So again, the same thing with Mars. Mars is rules Aries, which is a fire sign. So Mars is at home here in the sign of Leo, showing that she has a fire about her when it comes to taking action for what she loves. So it's in the fourth house, having to do with family, home, the mother. So for her, again, at home on the stage, at home, her mother had that Mars energy going out and passionately managing her daughter, pushing her daughter's career forward. Her mother was her greatest cheerleader and is still her inspiration for what she is doing today. Her mother passed away um, a few years ago, and Megan just kept going. You know, she just kept going with that passion that she and her mother had worked on. The sun is the conscious mind, where the moon represents the subconscious mind. The sun represents the conscious mind. What is on the front? What is the ego? It's here in the 10th house. The 10th house is the highest place in the sky in the chart. It is what is seen by the world. It's in the sign of Aquarius at 26 degrees. So for both her sun and moon, she has them at late degrees of the sign. So there is a maturity that comes along when you have planets in the late degrees of a sign. You know, you don't make a lot of the same young, immature mistakes that you would if you had a 0 degree sun or 0 degree moon or early degree moon. So even though she's very young, there is this forwardness, a maturity about how she is taking actions with her career, which probably has a lot to do with these planets that she has in Capricorn as well. But the 10th house is traditionally ruled by the energy of Capricorn. And it is the part of us that is seen to the world. So we see her as this person who is gifted lyrically. Aquarius is an air sign. So all of the air signs are gifted with words and speech, and they love talking to people. They love sharing. The sign of Aquarius is a sign of friendship, and we can see her being about friendship. I heard that there was this they were trying to pit her against Nicki Minaj and pit her against Cardi B. And she's standing there with this Aquarius energy saying, let's all just get along. She doesn't want to take sides. She wants to have the friendship, which is very Aquarian. It's just about let's come together. Let's that we can all rap. We can all be a part of this party. She doesn't want to be a part of the confusion, but she just wants to have the friends and have a good time. And we see her being this way. Mercury here in the 10th house, she's known for her words. She's known for how she is able to quickly come up with these lyrics. So we have Mercury sitting here in the 10th house at the top of the sky. And Mercury sitting here in Aquarius, he rules her second house here, Gemini, of how she makes money, how she earns money. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so the ruler of the second house and how she makes money is sitting up here in the 10th house for the world to see. So she uses that ability to speak and rap and come up with those lyrics easily because it's in the sign of Aquarius, which there is this automatic brilliance there with it. It is making an out of sign conjunction to Uranus. Uranus is this lightning wit, this ability to be able to come up with these brilliant ideas quickly, sitting next to Mercury, even though it's in the sign of Capricorn by degrees, 28 degrees and 5 degrees. By degrees, it is very close. So it brings in the stability of Capricorn and the quickness of wit in the sign of Aquarius, this air sign, and she is able to earn her income by utilizing, by working with these energies that are in her chart. Um, Mercury also rules the sign of Virgo, which is sitting down here in the fifth house of entrepreneurship. So she serves with her words. And I'm sure behind the scenes that we don't see and we don't know about, because this is the bottom part of the sky that we don't see, she is a person who would be serving other people, helping other people, changing the baby's diapers, for the family members when she's at home, helping the cousins, helping the kids, loving on people. And you can see that in her personality, that she is very loving and very giving. You can just feel that energy about her. When you hear her do her interviews, you can see that she carries that energy within her. So um, then she has Neptune, which gives this creative energy, this ability to tap in to the spirit realm and just gather information. She has that here sitting in a conjunction with Uranus. So again, this ability to tap in, get genius ideas, amazing creativity in the sign of Capricorn, which is earthy, grounded, helping her to manifest what that is. We also have Venus, the ruler of beauty, the ruler of money, the ruler of how you earn income, self-worth, self-value, all of this in the sign of Capricorn. Now, it's not very lovey-dovey. Venus in the sign of Capricorn is not lovey-dovey and, ooey gooey. It is about businesses. It is about making money. It is about climbing to the top. And that's exactly what she's done. It's sitting in the ninth house. The ninth house is about long distance travel, publishing. She's had, these issues of her, not her manager, but the company that would be publishing her music and owning the rights to it. There have been issues with her in this area, which this ninth house has to do with legalities and so forth. And so she has had issues with, owning the rights to her music and being able to publish the music the way she wants to. And that is going to be tied to this area of the house of legal issues. Saturn is here making a trine. Saturn is in the 11th house with groups of others in the sign of Pisces. So Pisces energy can bring people that you don't see clearly. Pisces is ruled by the modern ruler, Neptune. Saturn is the Jupiter is the traditional ruler of Pisces. But Neptune is the new ruler, and so Neptune can bring, in addition to all of the creativity, it can bring deception. So, you could be locking in with the groups who are deceiving you. We've heard some things in the news. She was just recently shot by someone who was supposed to be a friend. When we look over here at her seventh house of other people that she's in contract with, a relationship with, we see she has Scorpio there. Scorpio is known on the negative energy of Scorpio. There is deception, there's jealousy, there's control issues and power issues. And so we can see that with that company that she was locked in with, didn't want to release her music, and then she signed with Jay-Z, and just confusion about that. Pisces energy with groups of people you are around, the guy who was supposed to be her friend, getting her shot in her foot. Either he shot her in the foot, don't know, or but she was shot, and there is some confusion, Pisces, around the people that she is hanging out with. and befriending. There's a Scorpio energy, and the challenge is there. Okay. Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio. So Mars with the moon, you know, these people that she feels safe with, going there to the moon, feeling at home with, needing to feel at home with, um, are she on the lower end? She's running into people who are more than likely jealous of her success, jealous of her being able to be an entrepreneur and live out her dream, and bringing angst against her, and causing her to feel this, them trying to control her, manipulate her. Here's Pluto sitting here, um, in the sign of Sagittarius. So Pluto here in the sign of Sagittarius, the Sagittarius is this big, broad energy, again, of foreign travel. Um, it is about what you believe in. It is about you, or one, not you. It is about one taking, um, taking a leap of faith, you know, expanding what it is that your world vision is, away from home, away from community. So Pluto is standing here and is making a square to Saturn in the sign of Pisces. Here's Saturn, and here's Pluto at 0 degrees. It's a wide square. It's not close by degree. But here is an indication that, there are power and control issues, that keep coming up with the people that she is connected with. Because Pluto is about power, transformation, and trying to control a situation. Saturn brings blockages and holding things up and slowing things down. And so for Meg, here we've seen these issues already. But she continues to persevere. And over time, Pluto will cause a transformation to come about in such a way that she will indeed be able to make better decisions, because she's super young, make better decisions about who it is that she's locking in with, and partnerships, agreements, and contracts. And she will learn to have those who are around her who she can trust. She has a North Node in the sign of Scorpio here. The North Node represents where your soul is going and what it is that your soul has come to do. And her soul has come to trust others, learn to trust others. It is a learning process and is not easy. So the seventh house represents the others that we come in contact with. And this first house in the sign of Taurus represents the self. We can see that she has that Taurus rising, because Taurus is this very earthy, grounded sign. And so with the Taurus rising, her body represents that stallion, that solid, big, tall, stealthy, Taurian image that she has. She has the big doe eyes, and she has this body that is very sturdy and solid and strong, very Taurian in nature. And she has this, her rising sign, which represents the physical body, and this Venus in Capricorn, they are making a trine. This rising sign is at 13 degrees, and this Venus is at 12 degrees. So there is this appreciation and self-love for herself, for her body, for her physical looks, for this stealthiness. And we can hear it in her words that she has this love for self. The eighth house also represents all those things that are taboo, that are um, have to do with sex, has to do with secret things, has to do with the things that other people don't want to say, don't want to touch. But she says them as a rapper, and she says them brilliantly. She has Jupiter, which expands everything here in the eighth house in his home sign of Sagittarius. So this gives her a brilliance with those words, with those taboo words, making a trine. I'm sorry, making a sextile here to these planets in Aquarius. So she is able to bring these topics that are taboo, sex, a woman's body, all the things that she talks about. She's able to expand on them quickly, talk about it. It brings her to travel. It brings her to meet different people. But again, the underlying topic is about power and control. But she is able to brilliantly use this energy to push her life forward. And her ultimate goal is to learn to trust people, to meet and trust people who are safe for her, who are on her team, who, and she will continue to meet those people who will bring her to a place, who will challenge her idea of trusting herself and trusting other people. Okay, so that is all that I wanted to share about Meg the Stallion. Thank you so much for listening.